Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. I am very excited today because I have just a tremendously wonderful person with such good energy to share with you today. Today we have Mary Roy, and she's going to be talking to us about raising our vibrations. And I want to get us started by just having those of us who are able to join us over here the on the Zoom to just introduce yourselves just very, very briefly because we want to really get down to what Mary has to share with us. So, Jen, would you like to start to share with us who are you and what's your business? Oh, I'm sorry, Lynn. I'm looking at the wrong things. I'm looking at Facebook.
Hi, yeah, I'm Lynn Gallant, and I am a health and wellness educator, but my primary passion is just trying to help people rid toxins from their life and just make better choices. And one of those is clean crafted wine.
Clean
And
crafted wine.
clean crafted wine, it makes a difference. You'll feel better. I can tell you that from experience. So if you
Wow.
haven't, reach out to me if you're interested.
Beautiful. Thank you, Lynn. And Josette, can you welcome? Thank you for joining us today.
Oh,
Can you
you're welcome. Pleasure.
share with us who are you? What do you do?
I am a certified meditation and mindfulness teacher. I've known Mary a very long time. Actually, she got me started on my exercise path, rejuvenated it, let's say, a good 10, 15 years ago. So I'm happy to support her in her new Primal Love. I think she's fabulous as far as her attitude towards curing cancer. So I say, you go, girl.
Awesome. Awesome. Kathleen, can you share with us who are you and what do you do?
Hi, how are you? I'm Kathleen Troy. I'm Second Spring Coaching, Life Coaching, and I know Elizabeth Hill, very close to her, and she's just spoken so highly of Mary. She said they can't miss this. And she
Awesome.
loves you,
Awesome.
Doctor. She loves you so
Oh,
much, Doctor.
thank you. And Mary, there are two of you, Mary. You have a twin. I want to just.
I'm sorry. I'm Karen. I apologize. She sent me a link directly, and it apparently has her name in it.
Wonderful. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
Karen
So
is one of my best friends.
I'm a lifelong, yeah. Since we were like 12, best friends since 12.
Awesome. Awesome. So I just want to say hi to some of the ladies over here who joined us on Facebook. Hi, Marianne. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Jan. I'm so, so excited that we have such a great turnout for our meeting today. And Mary, will you please introduce yourself to us? Tell us who are you and what it is that you're doing in the world.
I am Mary Roy. I am a longtime fitness professional who recently went through some major life changes, which brought me to a place of looking deeper within myself for fulfillment and answers and creativity and vitality and everything that makes up a beautiful life. Made me look deeper in myself, and now I've brought this deeper into my business. My business or my life had always been knocking on my shoulder to dig deeper, or I dug deeper a little bit in my own world, but not necessarily in my business. So a lot what I went through in the last couple of years made it so that there was no turning back. Brought it very much to the forefront of my life, and there was no way that I couldn't make it a big part of my business. So now I have a holistic fitness business that deals with basically uplifting individuals so they realize their creativity, their authenticity, their inner power, so they can bring that out into the world to live more fulfilled.
Awesome. I love, love, love that message. So you've opened the door to this. So you know what you're going to have to do, right, Mary? You're going to have to tell us what happened. Tell us that whole story. And I'm looking forward to hearing this because our theme for Ladies Power Lunch, I know we
No, just
only
kidding.
we
Go
only have
ahead.
a half an hour, but the good news is you can drop back into the chat at any time and you can post a live. You can, share with the audience more information at any time that you would like. But just share with us because our theme for 2021 with Ladies Power Lunch is success in any season. We have experienced over 2020 a season that was very different from the ones that we have seen before, and you have had success in a very tough season. And so we want to hear what exactly happened.
So, I knew I was looking for more in my life. I knew I needed more and wanted to expand. And, once you put that call out to the universe, to the world, like be careful what you wish for. Once you put that call out, and it was like a desperate call because I knew my life, I knew there was more to what I wanted to be, who I was, but I couldn't really get at the meat of it. But so I put that call out to the universe, and the universe came back with some trying situations. So first, I left my marriage of 23 years because I felt all I knew at the time was that I just completely lost myself. Like I just didn't even know who I was anymore because I went along with the status quo, the what's expected, and did all those things, raised three beautiful girls, loved being their mom, put a lot of effort into that. But in that, I lost me. So I ended that marriage. I relocated. I was going to take control of my life. I closed Mary Roy Fitness, which was my business in the northern part of Connecticut. I moved to the southern part of Connecticut to a cute little town called Essex. Near the shore, and I was looking for what shore town I would relocate to business-wise and personally.
Okay.
I was
I
there
love
for 3 weeks.
Essex.
What?
I love Essex, yes.
Yeah, so beautiful, such a quaint town. It was a cool town for what transpired next to happen. But I was only there for 3 weeks, and I got diagnosed with breast cancer. So stage 3 breast cancer. I'd just become an empty nester too. It was no real home because that was a temporary apartment. So no home, no job because I was looking to relook at that. Became an empty nester. Just got divorced 3 weeks earlier, and then got stage 3 cancer diagnosis. And I have a lot of cancer in my family. My dad died of cancer. My sister Ann died of breast cancer, uncle, grandfather, so a ton of it. So I had researched. This was part of how I was connected to a more spiritual or more holistic way of being that I brought through in my business because I had watched The Truth About Cancer in the 80s. I read every, positive mental attitude book or just different spiritual books. I researched so much, but didn't really allow it fully into my life. So when this all happened, I knew first thought was I'll heal naturally. But there was a whole journey. There was a whole, I actually had this really cool kind of spiritual experience taking a walk on a snowy day in Essex. It was a beautiful day, and this like message from the heavens was like, you're going to heal naturally, because you think you know that you can heal natural, or you've heard of it, or of it, but then when you're like, okay, it's life or death here, are you really going to do it? Then it gets shaken a little bit, and I didn't know anybody up close and personal that had healed naturally, so I don't know. So it was scary. So I had this vision, you're supposed to heal naturally. This is why you're born. This is your mission. It was this whole big thing. It's like, okay, this is it. And then, 2 weeks later, it's like, no. And I actually went as far as to put a port in. So I went back and forth for, I don't know, a year, sort of back and forth, where I would, know I was doing meditation. I mean, I learned epigenetics from Bruce Lipton. I meditated with Dr. Joe Dispenza. I did a Panchakarma Ayurvedic with a natural cancer doctor. I mean, a natural path but that helped with cancer. And I also went to a clinic in Mexico. But in between, you know, I got a little scared. I put a port in. I did have surgery, but I didn't do chemo, radiation, HER2 drug, 10 years of aromatase inhibitor. What else? Did I miss anything? I didn't do any of that. And I went on this natural healing of meditation. I went to Boise. Karen's my friend. Karen, my friend from high school, whose name says there right there. She lives in Boise, Idaho. I'd never been out to visit her, and I went out there. She totally took care of me. So I had all these people come in that I don't know, were little angels for me, and taught me various lessons. But so I went to Boise. So I was on this whole path, and as I was going through it, oh, and I got yoga certified. I had a life coach that was like a shaman life coach. She brought the best lessons for me, and she said, all right, as you're going through this, I want you to learn something, you know, learn something new, anything, yoga, anything you want, yoga. I was like, okay, I think I'll choose yoga. So I got a yoga certification, which I always thought I would do, but I probably never would have done it. So I did it. It was intensive. It was lots of Hinduism and yoga principles. And so I was studying this as I was going through all I was going through. I was doing Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations, which are all about the energy centers and raising your vibration. And it wasn't all making sense what I was really doing as I was going through it. But then I got to the point where I was like, oh, I'm raising my vibration, because it's all about where our vibrational frequency is. And if our vibrational frequency is low, it's easier for disease and depression and all kinds of stuff to come into our life. And I realized for me, it was living your mission. And I don't know, I still don't know. This is probably for everyone, but definitely for me, it's living your mission, living your purpose, and having that, oh, I just want to get up and share what I do in the world kind of thing in the morning. That raises our vibration the most. And self-love. I mean, you got to do the self-love part. You got to learn to get rid of your shadows, learn to love yourself. So yeah, I went deep and dark. Like I went deep into my shadows. I went into a dark time. It was definitely like dark night. I did a dark night of the soul for sure, with spiritual awakening. Really, I mean, because my life had probably been trying to wake me up, you know, forever. Like, come do this holistic stuff, you know, teach people how to heal naturally. I was like, nope, nope. And then boom, here, we'll give you all this and see if it wakes you up. So the point is to listen to those little things that come into your life and follow that, so you don't have to get, Oprah says, I like to listen to the whispers of my life so I don't have to get hit by a bus. So I got hit by the bus.
Yep. So, you know, I am so grateful to you for sharing this story with us and to really walk us through the journey that you had. What was happening with your business when all of this was happening with your health?
Well, I had closed my business down.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't reopen my business till basically I got through that. I wasn't working. I wasn't working on my business. I just got to the point where, because I moved down there and I was going to open a studio, but it was too much. So I actually moved back up to the Hartford area. So my business was closed. Well, I didn't reopen my business till I went through all my healing. And I was first ready to open my business, like get a studio, and I was going to do it more in the Hartford area, and then COVID hit. Literally, that's when I finished. So then I pivoted and made Primal Love Studio an online studio.
Okay, and how's that been going?
That's been going good. And I had always wanted, it's funny, it's like now all the pieces are really coming together, because I wanted to open a few Primal Love Studios and then have some, like, have connection with more people with some sort of online portal. So now I have the online portal set up out of necessity. So I have that going, and now I'm just about ready to do a brick and mortar. I know it's crazy. I know it's crazy times. That could be considered hard, especially for fitness, but I'm ready to get out there and be, you know, more one-on-one with people.
Yes, and I think that I can tell you one of the things that I miss the most with the pandemic is I miss going to the gym. I miss my spin classes. I miss working out with my trainer. Those are things that are no longer a part of my life that I'm looking forward to as soon as we get the go out the gate. That's going to be like one of the first things that I'm going to be able to add back to my life. I'm going to feel really, really good about. So I see people gravitating more towards what you're doing, certainly online now. And once we get to be in person, I feel they're going to be knocking down your door. That's the feeling that I have. I see that coming for you. So share with us what were the biggest lessons that you learned while you were going through your dark night of the soul?
It's so funny. I literally did not even know what that was. And I had this one night, I didn't know what a dark night of the soul was. I think maybe I heard about it in some Catholic class somewhere at some point, because it's actually a Christian thing, maybe Catholic. I forget the history of it, but now there's so much more on it. You can Google it and learn so much about it. But I had one night where I was just like, I didn't even know who I was. Like when you go through the dark night of the soul, when you're really breaking down all those paradigms, things that you think to be true that aren't, the matrix or personal matrix. Like, we're looking at maybe the matrix outside of us, the whole world, maybe breaking down. We have these things that we think about ourselves to be true, or ways that we've lived and relationships we've created. And they're just founded in ego and not self-love. And as you're breaking those down, and those are literally like released from you, and for a while there, you kind of like don't even know who you are, because you've always found your steadiness in that. Like that has been your support, and you probably created it when, if you had, say, a rough childhood or something like that, you created these supports or these ways of thinking to, keep yourself straight, or to keep yourself survive. That's it.
To survive,
Survival.
yeah,
So to
survival
survive.
mechanisms.
So as those paradigms are breaking down, that's the dark night. It's like you just don't even know like who your friends are, or I don't know, you just don't know who you are at all. So from that, so the lessons, or one of the huge things, was just courage, to have courage, like self-responsibility, which is pretty much synonymous with the victim, releasing the victim mentality.
Hmm.
Like the
Hmm.
world is so full, it's amazing how much, even as we think we're living, open and maybe free from that, and don't do that. If you just look at yourself through the day, and just how many times you go when something happens and you think it's somebody else's fault, like stubbing your toe. You're like, why did they leave that there? That's like just like, that's just like a silly example, but literally, like, there's just so many things that we blame on other people. And when we can get to the point, it's hard, because when we can get to the point that everything in our life is our responsibility, has been and is. So the has been is the hard part, when we have to think, oh, like I did that. You have to accept your actions. You have to accept what you did that maybe doesn't look so good, or even things that other people did to you. A lot of acceptance of everything and being okay with it. And it's hard to accept the things that you did that you don't like so much. But once you get to that point, when you really realize every little thing that happens in your life is because of you, hard at first, so much empowerment, because then you go, every single thing in my life is my my doing. Oh my God, the creation that can come with that, but it's that process of getting to it. So it was definitely self-responsibility and courage. When I got on the plane, because I have a lot of people that didn't think it was great for me to heal naturally, or the way that I did. There's definitely, or I was letting it in, but I could hear, people didn't think it was a good idea, but I wanted to go to Mexico to this natural clinic. And as soon as I stepped off the plane there, I was like, wow, that's pretty brave. That's pretty brave of me. And there was something that just clicked right there. I was like, I got this, I'm empowered, this is mine, I'm healing this way, this is it. So to have courage, to live your life with courage and accept all of it. gotta learn to live with it and sit with it. I didn't even know how to, like, some things that, I don't know, just happening, say, of my youth, things either I did or other people did that just, I would just block them off. Like, if you knew me, Karen, Mary Roy number 2, I would just put on I think I was born optimistic, but still have to accept the other side. I would just push that away, put on a happy face, and go on. And I still have the happy face and the optimistic and whatever, but you have to accept the other stuff too. And as much as you can accept the ugly stuff, the stuff that's not good, is as much as you can experience the joy. So if you start off here and you only let this much, I'll go down for ugliness, whatever, ugly, the hard stuff, you only let this much in, you can only experience this much joy. But you let this much in or out, or what, you accept it, and then your joy, it's a direct relation. As much as we can accept the book, we can experience that much more joy.
Awesome. So what do you have to tell somebody who might be going through a tough time right now? Somebody who might be having their own dark night of the soul, somebody who probably, has not had the best time during 2020 and is looking to 2021 to be a better year for them. What sort of advice would you have for us?
I think the best thing that I could tell someone that is great for all of us to live by is the knowing, is to know, to believe that your answers, here's a story. No, sorry. Everybody's answers are within them. Everybody's answers are different.
Mm.
Out here is not where your answers are. Out here is the craziness. It's what's going on. It's just whatever. It's the news, it's the media, it's people telling you what to do. It's saying you can't heal naturally from cancer, or you can, or whatever. You don't have to you don't have to heal naturally from cancer. Like, whatever your thing is, these people don't know. Only you know. And the way to get in touch with that, to quiet your mind, get centered, and find your own answers. Josette, our meditation teacher. So as much as we can quiet our mind, get centered, that's where the answers lie. Boundaries. Codependence is huge. That was a thing for me. I didn't even know what codependence was or realize I was codependent, but I was codependent. I listened to a book in one day on, fast speed on Audible about codependence. And I was like, after I listened to it, I was literally sick to my stomach.
Was it Codependent No More?
What?
Is
Codependent
it?
No More.
Yep. Well, that is
Yes.
on our reading list, ladies, just so you know, for Ladies
I
Power
think
Lunch. It's a very good book.
Yes. I threw up, literally, like, quite honestly, quite literally, threw up for 36 hours after I read that book. Because I thought I was pretty independent, and people that knew me might have thought, I think most people probably did, like, thought I was independent, doing my thing, but there was so much of me that wasn't. And when I read those, saw it, I was just like, ugh. But it was so cool because it was like purging it. It was like, I think at the moment that I defined it, because I was just starting on my journey to, like, healing and coming to terms with who I am or whatever, and then saw the definition of that and knew I was just ready to release it. And I literally think, like, the throwing up was just came from all parts of my body and out. I definitely had to learn how to, work with it or whatever, but that realization and knowing that you don't want to do it anymore is such a big switch.
Awesome.
In your healing, in the changing it kind of thing.
In the healing, in the changing. Absolutely. So today is Free Gift Friday, and you are indeed here to give a wonderful, beautiful gift to the people who have showed up to witness your transformation today. And will you share with us what it is that you are going to give to one of us today?
Yes. I am giving a 30-minute Discover You life coaching session. So we have a questionnaire, really gets to have a questionnaire, and then we'll meet and talk about it. We'll dive in deep into your health and wellness needs, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, all of it. I also have a quiz on my website. So whoever does the session does the quiz. So you take the quiz and you learn which Primal Love Studio pathway is yours, and this just personalizes your approach to wellness. So we go through that. We'll get on the phone for our Zoom call or in person if anybody's willing, the mask, for 30 minutes and come up with a plan for you that's ideal for you. And then a 1-month membership to Primal Love Studio.
Wow, that is a really, really generous gift. Thank you so much for gifting us with this today. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to choose who gets the gift, but it's going to be completely random. So may I ask you to choose a number between 1 and 15, please?
1 to 15. 13.
Thank you for choosing lucky number 13. Just want to say congratulations to Mary Carangelo, who joined us over on Facebook. Mary, you are our big winner today for Free Gift Friday. Awesome. So before we go, any last words that you want to share with us? Anything that we just need to know this in order to be successful, even when things don't look great?
I think just know that you have the power within. Your life is yours. You have the ability to create whatever you want. Drown out the noise. Go within. So much abundance and creativity and vitality found within. That's it.
Yeah, I hear that so loud and clear. And I think that for a lot of us, it might be societal, it might be the way we've been raised, but we're not really that in tune with our inner knowing. We really, really don't take the time to go within. I think even for many of us who do have a meditation practice, I'm not sure how much we are connecting with our inner selves when we actually do sit to meditate or get down on the mat. And so if there is any if there's anything that you want to achieve for 2021, I would say would be to try to make sure that we're connecting with our deeper knowing, because that's where we're going to find our big answers. I am so pleased to have you on the show today. I want to say thank you to everybody who was able to join us right here and also over on our Facebook group. I just want to make one little shameless plug for Ladies Power Lunch. Today we are releasing one of our collaboration books, and this one is called Grow Smarter. And so I will be inviting you all to just go over and download the book for free today and leave us a review. We ask for only 5-star reviews, and now I'm not asking anybody to do anything out of integrity. I'm asking you to leave a review. If you haven't as yet read the book, just say something like you like Ladies Power Lunch, or say something like Dr. Davia does not suck terribly. Those are okay things to say in a review for our book, but definitely those 5-star reviews really, really help us, because they help us to get found by the people who are outside of our community, who don't know the joy of being a part of a community like this that is so uplifting and so beneficial for everybody who's here. So again, thank you everybody for joining us. Everybody over on Facebook, you guys are amazing. The comments, the hearts, the likes have just been flowing for you. So Mary, I would invite you to hop on over to our Facebook group afterwards and just, engage with the ladies over there, because they have been sending you lots and lots of love.
Yay.
Thanks everybody for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next show. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.